Okay, today we're going to look at some moves that we can do for upper body pain relief if you experience fibromyalgia. And again, these ideas will be good for the upper body no matter if you have experienced pain from fibromyalgia or not, because they're good for motion and good for joint mobility and good for stretching and strengthening. And so they're going to work for your upper body no matter what. So we're going to start with some neck stretches. So if you want to sit up nice and tall in the space that you have today, feel where you connect with the seat, and then let the crown of your head lift up. All right. As you take a ear to the ceiling. Now we're going to think like this, ear to ceiling and not ear to neck, to create more space and less crunch in between our ear and neck, our ear and shoulder. So feel the lengthening that you create. And then look down in the pocket protector that you do not have on your shirt, and you'll feel that stretch move. Maybe, maybe not. And then finally let the chin drop to your chest and let it feel like you have a heavy anchor on it so that you are relaxing and releasing all the muscles in your neck. Breathing in and lifting the head, take the opposite ear to the sky. Ooh, and I can feel I'm very tight in this side of my neck. And you just notice what you notice. Don't judge it. Don't give it a plus or a C, or don't grade it. Don't evaluate it in any way. Just experience. More observing, less judgment. Remembering that the next thing is to look down at the pocket that you don't have right here. And then finally letting the chin fall to the chest. Lift your gaze on your next breath. And you can also add neck stretches where you actually look out over shoulder. Continue to coordinate with your breath. Come back to center and then look out your opposite shoulder. These neck stretches are going to work for any time, any place. You don't need a whole lot of space to get it done. You don't need any money. You don't need any help. And they're great things to do to relieve, especially if you're like me. I tend to hold stress and tightness and tension in this part of my body. So if that's something that's helpful for you, add that into your toolbox of ideas for when you need to relax the neck a little bit and the shoulders just a little. The next thing we're going to do is called seated mountain. So seated mountain is sitting up nice and tall. And so my sits bones are connected to my chair seat. And then my shoulders are over my hips. My crown of my head is lifted and I engage all the muscles. So seated mountain is really perfect for whenever you are need just a moment to separate what's happening from what's going to happen next. And you can just squeeze all the muscles super tight and then relax them. All right. And so seated mountain, full mountain is when you're standing up tall and you can squeeze all the muscles tight. And it's very helpful if you ever find yourself in that aisle at the grocery store that says 10 items or less and somebody has 23 things, right? And you can squeeze all the muscles and then put the energy, that anxious, that frustration, or that energy that you need to move in a positive way. You can squeeze the muscles and then let it go, and that'll be a way to move it well. All right, from here, we're going to do eagle arms. All right, so eagle arms is going to be where you take one arm and you're going to nest the opposite elbow into that arm. Okay, if your body says, nope, can't do it, you can do your arms together. You can hold a strap and you'll still get the similar effect. And you just find the bus stop that's the right one for you. always. Okay. So, but if your body would allow you to put a elbow in to an elbow, you're going to take hands back to back, maybe. All right. And then around again, maybe. Okay. The idea is just to gently lift elbows, not very far at all. And you're going to breathe in and out. Fingers can be strong and long. And this opens up the back body, the upper body. Now, this tends to be a place in many of us that's open already. So go gentle, be gentle with yourself here. And then you can uncurl, unfurl, and you can take your wings up and down. Now, that is the only time I see the eagle in this posture. The only thing I could think of is that when those people who named these things came up with the idea of being an eagle, they thought about the carrying that fish or that rabbit or whatever, with all those legs all tied up. Who knows? All right, so here we go. We got arms together again, or elbow and opposite elbow crease. So I always think of it like a nest and put the bird in the nest. All right, you can take your palms out and wrap if your body allows. One side of your body may do one thing and the other side does another. That's perfectly fine. And again, remember, if you're just holding a strap here between your hands, that's also an awesome option. And elbows go up. Relax the shoulders as you stretch open the upper back. And you can hold anything that's an offer here for 3 breaths, 5 breaths, 10 breaths, whatever feels awesome and yummy to you is the right choice. And then relax and unfurl and uncurl and let your wings rest, right? Open them up. So that's going to open up the upper body. Seated snake is then going to open up the front of the body. So that opened up the back of the body, and now we're going to open the front of the body. For seated snake, you're going to take your hands on the back of your chair. I'm right here down on the rungs of the chair, right? Okay. And then you're going to lift your upper body forward as you roll out. So if I turn my chair sideways, maybe that makes more sense, where you can roll forward. And you can get an opening of the chest. Now, this is the part of our body that is often very tight. This is very stretched and overdone, right, with all our forward shoulder movement. And so this is really a great stretch to incorporate in your day. And breathing in and breathing out as you do it. Seated twist is all about taking your knees forward and your body to the side, or you can take your knees to the side of the chair and roll to the back of the chair. Yeah. So either way is going to be the right way. It just depends on if you want to tiptoe your toes around on the chair to reach to the back. And however you do the twist, you want to grow tall with the breath in and then exhale as you twist the spine. So you're creating space and then you're getting that millimeter of a stretch. And again, hold the twist, 3 breaths, 5 breaths, 10 breaths, whatever sounds good to you. Okay. All right. Now, the last thing that we want to think about is the wrist exercises. And those are things where you could take your prayer hands and you can breathe them up over your head. So they're still together. They're just up overhead off screen. You can come on down with them. And you can take them side to side, pushing one hand against the other. This is so great to remember community whenever you put your hands together like this. I love this concept of one hand pressing and holding up the other hand. Each finger is being a support for the other finger. It's a cool experience, remembering that we were never meant to be alone. We were not built for that, not for isolation. We do need quiet time and we need time to center, but we were never meant to think that we could do this thing called life all by ourselves. All right, and then you're going to push your elbows up as you lower wrist down. Just explore. All right, so that was together and up and down and side and to side and then to lift. And finally, interlace your fingers and roly-poly them. Love it. This was also a move that I learned in the digital in the arthritis, yoga for arthritis, and it's a using hands digits. It's an idea for taking care of wrists. And then, oh my gosh, back the truck up and see if you can give your brain a challenge and reverse the roll. Okay, we'll end with a double dancing worm and we'll say thank you very much for taking some time to take care of your upper body today. And remember, it's not that you have to have fibromyalgia for this to work. You can try these ideas anytime you're sitting for too long and you just need to take care of yourself. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for playing with me.